the fact that they were willing to go and look at Deshaun this year, and what we're hearing was it was a plan A. All right, we're hearing it was a plan
No
A.
question.
Okay,
No
so
question.
does that change the narrative that Kyle has broadened his view of what's an acceptable quarterback in his system? Now, I know he's not a runner first. I get that. Deshaun is an excellent passer. And we can say that he skipped over Deshaun because he
He
had
did.
hurt.
He did.
This is all
Yes.
about argument. We got the receipts. We know this.
He
But
did. He did. Yes.
yeah, but at the same time, in the offseason, we also know that the greatest of all time was available and could have came here, right? So I read an article in The Athletic the other day, and the narrative was that Kyle actually wanted to talk to Brady and was trying to convince the brass here that they can actually get him. But the consensus was that the brass didn't want to move on from Jimmy. So that changes.
Are you serious? See, I don't have an athletic subscription because I can't be spending $5 a month on anything.
Yeah,
Man.
so that
Money's tight these days.
That changes my opinion of I think one thing you've always made clear is that for all the Niner fans out there that love Jimmy, I think Kyle's more of your mindset.
There's no question about it. There's no question.
Tired of it. I think he's
been tired.
I think
been tired of it.
Yeah, it's the mental aspect that I think he's tired of, and the injuries. It's just the mental aspect and the injuries. So coming into this draft, I'm looking at these options at number 3. So we know they made this trade, and for us to think they made this trade thinking that they weren't going to be able to get somebody they want, I think is very naive. I think it's very naive. I think for them, they were always okay with the top 3 quarterbacks in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
That would be Lawrence, Wilson,
Fields, Lance.
Lance. Okay. So if we're looking at, like you said, which guy can he see fit into his system right now?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be Fields. I like Fields, but it's not
going to be Fields. It's not going to be Fields.
It's going to be Lance.
Yes.
And it's because
it would be Wilson, but we're assuming that's off the table.
We're assuming
right.
He's gone.
And that's why the Jets are taking him, because it's the same offense.
Exactly. It was like I never understood when people kept saying, "Oh, they're going to pass on him," and Kyle would love Wilson. Well, they have the same offense. Why wouldn't
the same offense?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. If Kyle likes him, then they like him. Yeah.
Exactly. So
yeah.
When I'm looking at Lance, I see the people are saying, well, he gave up a lot to get up there to get this guy, and it's going to require a bridge quarterback. But Jimmy's probably the worst bridge you can have, just from the perspective of he's going to get hurt mid-season.
Exactly.
He might get hurt in the second game. Who knows?
Yeah, he's like a bridge that's destined to collapse. Yep.
Exactly. So I wouldn't be surprised if the move is Lance on day 1, then Jimmy is traded right after that.
And they just bring in Alex Smith or some other person who's an actual bridge quarterback. Whoever. Yeah, whoever.
Yeah. But so if it is Lance this year coming in, I'm with you on the thing where it's like, man, I worry about the bustability though, man. I mean,
I do too.
We've seen. You had a guest on the other day. I think it was the High Test Sports, where you were talking about how many quarterbacks have actually succeeded in the first. And it's scary, man. It's scary. So
that's the way I look at it. Like when you talk to fans about these players, like you talk about Justin Fields and you bring up your criticism, and people be like, "Why do you just assume that he could be a bust? Like, why are you being negative? Like, look at the track record. It's not about him. It's about the fact that about 2/3 of the quarterbacks taken in round 1, they don't necessarily bust, but they don't live up to expectations, and that's a bust.
Yeah.
That's a bust. So you should be looking at basically the way I look at this draft is you got one quarterback you know is going to be really good, Trevor Lawrence. Yeah. There might be one more quarterback who's going to be really good. I don't know who it is. But basically, most of these other guys are going to not live up to expectations, and the fact that most people think they will is fantasy.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I don't have a problem with Mac Jones in terms of his quarterback ability. I think he does fit what Kyle wants. It's just to give up all the capital. I just can't see going after somebody like that when you could have had in the second round possibly a Kyle Trask, a Kellen Mond. There are a lot of pocket passers available in the second round.
That's what I'm saying.
Third round.
Mac Jones is not that much better than Kyle Trask. He's not that much better than Jimmy Garoppolo or Josh Rosen, if he even is better.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because everybody's like, well, Mac has the intangibles of throwing with anticipation. It's like, dude, Mond and Trask can throw with anticipation too. That's their game.
Thank you.
That's their game. They don't have
Rosen can do that.
Yeah, these guys
Rosen can do that.
Exactly. So I'm looking at the guys who are possible to take in that first three. And I just kind of feel like here's another thing about what I read in The Athletic. So I thought that Kyle, there was a split in the organization right now on who they want to take. And the writer actually said that Kyle is not on the Mac Jones train. Kyle's actually, see, it's starting to make me think that there's definitely something going on with Jed York and John Lynch. There's something going on there. They hang out a lot. If you've ever been in a business environment, when somebody hangs out with the owner a lot more, they start to get a lot more pull.
Yeah.
And they start to get a lot more say-so.
Yep.
So there's definitely something going on right now. It's a little fishy. I'm kind of starting to believe that Kyle's ready to break out of the mold a little bit in terms of, and the thing is, I think it's unfair that we always say he has this, I guess, because of who he's had play for him. But the thing is like his dad, himself. I mean, when you even go back to like the Jay Cutler, when they drafted Jay Cutler, they drafted Jay Cutler because of the upside. He was more physically gifted than a lot of the other guys when they took him at 10. So I'm looking at this draft. I'm like, man, I know his dad might have input. I know other people might have input, but I feel like Kyle is saying, I'm going to ride or die with whoever this is. And he doesn't want to leave it up to his dad. He doesn't want to leave it up to Jed. I don't think he wants to leave it up to anybody. I think he just wants to be his guy. And he wants those results to be finally where either he's going to be vindicated or he's going to be out. And
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what he decides.